Before the whole Pokemon Go thing happened, it was possible to walk around with your Pokemon with this, the Pokéwalker. I very briefly showed it when talking about the evolution of Pokemon games, but I figured the Pokéwalker deserves its own video. The whole idea of being able to walk around with your Pokemon has been around since the beginning of this series. Back in 1998, a device called Pokemon Pikachu was released, a bit of a weird name. This was a Tamagotchi-like thing, and I remember it being quite popular in its time, at least at my school. The point of it is to keep Pikachu happy by doing various activities. The device has a step counter built into it. The more you walk, the more watts you get, which is the currency used to buy Pikachu gifts and things like that. As you might imagine, it was created as an attempt to ride that Tamagotchi wave. A few years later, it was revised and was called either the Pokemon Pikachu 2GS or Pokemon Pikachu Color, depending on the market it was sold at. There are some changes done to the existing mechanics, but the most interesting thing, in my opinion, is that it's now possible to exchange watts for items and send those to your Pokemon games. It communicated with Gold, Silver, and Crystal via infrared. In 2010, the Pokéwalker was released. It came bundled with Pokémon HeartGold and SoulSilver. Seems fitting to have connectivity with the Gold and Silver remakes. As you can see, it looks like a Pokeball with a screen and 3 buttons. There's a clip on the back so you can clip it to your whatever. The back side of it is black, and you can unscrew the back to gain access to the battery. It's the same type of battery you would find on a motherboard, so it's nothing weird or rare. The display is just monochrome, so not terribly exciting here either. Considering this came out in 2010, it actually comes across as kind of old school even back then, at least to me anyway. The main difference with the Pokéwalker and its predecessors is that you can transfer your own Pokemon from HeartGold and SoulSilver to the Pokéwalker and go on a walk with them, catching other Pokemon, finding items, and gaining experience. Transferring is done via infrared. You have to hold the device right up to the game cartridge. The DS actually doesn't have IR capability, so it's all in the cartridge. You select which Pokemon you want to take on a walk and then choose which area. There are around 20 areas, each requiring a certain amount of watts to unlock. Every 20 steps walked will give you a watt. You need those watts to use the Poké Radar and dowsing machine. The Poké Radar costs 10 watts per use and helps you locate Pokemon which you can battle and catch. You'll get different Pokemon showing up depending which area you choose. As you can see, the controls are simplistic, but what do you expect? The dowsing machine costs 3 watts per use and helps you locate items that you can transfer back to your game. Your Pokemon also gains experience, but it can't go up more than 1 level. They also don't learn new moves when they level up, so that's something to keep in mind. Friendship also increases the more steps you walk. If for some reason you lose the Pokéwalker, the battery dies, or it breaks, you can still get your Pokemon back by doing a specific button combination on the DS. Of course, you should expect that any progress made on the Pokéwalker will be lost, even if you find it or get it back somehow. One feature I quite like is when you don't have a Pokemon in the Pokéwalker, and you walk around with it, there's actually a chance that a wild Pokemon will just randomly start following you. Kind of neat. It's also a good legit source of Pokemon that aren't available in HeartGold and SoulSilver, especially when you consider that it's not possible to trade Pokemon online anymore with those games. I really like the Pokéwalker. It's simplistic, but it appeals to me. Maybe it's because it gives me a sense of accomplishment when achieving even something little, or maybe because it's tied to an actual Pokemon game rather than being a standalone item. Whatever it is, it also encourages you to get up and start walking, and I don't see that being a bad thing. Prices for these things are around $30 on eBay, give or take. Not terribly expensive, but not exactly pocket change either. You used to be able to get these straight from Nintendo, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at this very interesting Pokemon accessory. You can find me on other places on the internet as well: Twitch for live streams, Twitter for updates, Patreon if you want to help out, and a Discord link is in the description if you want to chat with other viewers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.